Hi, Patriots. Let's get right into it. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The Second Amendment says what it says, and it doesn't say what it doesn't say. It's clear, it's concise, it's in simple terms, and it was written by men who just liberated themselves from a tyrannical government using the same weapons that that government had. The British had unlawfully taxed, intruded, and infringed on the rights of the colonial citizens, and they pushed back. The citizens won the war, and then put into place a system to ensure that future Americans wouldn't have to do the same thing. The ATF is a government organization who has been stepping on our Second Amendment for decades, and now they're doing it again. Sneakily working in ambiguous laws that require you to be heavily taxed if you want to own certain firearms or firearms parts, and also requiring you to register those parts if you want to own them. So when I read the Second Amendment to you, and it says, "The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed," would you say that heavy taxation, the banning of certain firearms and accessories, and having to put your name on a government list so they know exactly who owns what is infringing on your right to bear arms? In case you're new here, the answer is a resounding yes. Let's break this down. We are citizens of a constitutional republic, meaning that we are run on a system of laws. The supreme law of the land is the Constitution of the United States. We are not subject to the whims of men or the whims of organizations run by corrupted men. So why are we allowing the ATF to threaten us with unlawful infringements that go against our right to defend ourselves? Do you know who the Second Amendment was written to protect us from? The ATF. And do you know where the ATF gets their power from? From you, when you allow them to ignore the supreme law of our country. But they know one small important detail. The people won't stand up to tyranny because they're afraid. They're afraid of losing their money, their freedom, and possibly their lives. We have grown comfortable and complacent, and that's all they need. When our founding fathers stood up to Great Britain, the most powerful army in the known world at that time, they pledged to each other their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor because they knew that's what it was going to take to win. And they kept their word. I'm going to read this excerpt to you real quickly. 19 of the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence put on a military uniform and they went to war. 2 died at the hands of the British, 7 others died during the war, and 2 were wounded in battle, including those signers who also led in arenas outside the military. 5 were made prisoners of war, 17 lost their estates or fortunes, 5 incurred heavy debt by personally financing the war, 14 lost their families or were separated from them, 2 lost children, and 3 lost their wives. There is not a single recorded instance of any of the 56 refusing to deliver on their promise. So what is this sacred honor that they pledged? It's backbone, character, integrity. It's doing the right thing even when it's scary or it's going to cost you. Very few of us have it anymore, and they know it, and that's why we are being pushed on all sides right now with government grabs for our freedom. Regardless of what happens with this election, the government is going to be infringing on our basic rights harder than ever before, especially with gun control. Do not be ignorant and think that Trump is going to save you. They know we're very angry, they know we've been buying a crap load of guns and ammo, but they know that very few of us are actually willing to use them. We are at a place where a decision has to be made. What are we going to do going forward? I can only speak for myself, so I can tell you what me and my house are going to do. We're not going to comply. I will not lay down and let a corrupt system steal my right to defend myself. I will not concede to putting my name on a list so that I can own a firearm to protect myself from assaults both foreign and domestic. I will not put my nose to the ground and beg permission from the crown to own this firearm. I am an American, and this is mine. The right to own this was purchased for me by my forefathers, with their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. And the King of Kings grants me the inalienable inherent right to defend myself against those that want to take my life. So no, I will not be conceding anymore in this fight. I've already given too much, and I am done. So what are you going to do? Are you going to be an American in action and not just in name, and stand up for the things that the rest of the world only wish they had? It's time to think about what sacred honor means to you, because that's what it's going to take to win. I don't want to wake up 10 years from now with a handful of ultra expensive registered revolvers at my fingertips while a army of machine gun armed men in tanks patrols my neighborhood to keep me in my place. And if you think I'm being a little overdramatic, read some history and that will cure you of your ignorance. So with that being said, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Seriously, guys, don't think that I'm fearless. It scares the crap out of me to sit here and show off a firearm that is now the target of the ATF, to show online, where they're watching everything we say and do, a 30-round magazine that will most likely be illegal soon. But I'm trying to encourage you to do the same thing in your circle of influence. And if you call yourself a Second Amendment advocate or a Second Amendment influencer or gun channel, and you're not saying the same things I am today and doing the same things I'm doing, may I beg you to reconsider. People are looking to you for guidance right now, and shame on you if you don't live up to the things that you say you stand for. I'll say it for the 100th time, there is power in numbers, and right now we need numbers, and we need men and women who are willing to stand up and do the hard and righteous things. To keep it simple, like our founding fathers did, we need men and women who are willing to pledge their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. Going into this next year, there are no more opportunities to sit on the fence. You're either going to have to choose to be in, or you're going to have to choose to be out. And so I'm going to leave you with this quote from Samuel Adams, and for some of you it's going to sting a bit, but it needs to be said. Thank you so much for watching. Please get this message out there, and please, if you do anything for me, go to my website, goodpatriot.com, and sign up for my email list. I do not trust any form of social media, new or old, and I want to be able to keep in contact with you if something happens. I'm Good Patriot. I will see you again soon. Thank you, and God bless us in this fight.